also we are working on integration with open telemetry services to help.
Hello everybody and welcome to our next Spiral Ecosystem News episode.
Hi everyone, Ecosystem Spiral News with you on the air, and we're glad to welcome you to our 7th event. Just let me remind you that we meet about once a month and tell you about what's new in our Spiral Scout R&D team, what great new product updates we have released recently, and tell you about our following plans and tasks as well. So, the lineup for our event has slightly changed today, but all the main stars are here. Meet our team. Valery Pishinsky, aka Rotation, is a well-known Roadrunner guru and an expert in Go development. Hi, Valery.
Hello, chat.
Yeah. Pavel Buchner-Buchnev, our PHP leader and a promising generator of ideas for the Spiral framework development. Hi, Pavel.
Hello, guys.
Yeah. And Anton Wolfie J. Titov, our CTO, team leader, of course, generator of ideas and team inspirer. Hi, Anton.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah. And my name is Dmitry. I haven't yet come up with a beautiful nickname. I'm a team manager. Hi, guys. Nice. So, guys, we don't have much news for you today, but we're still ready to please you with information about what features we have released since last time, where we now, and our plans for the coming month. Let's get started. And I'm giving the floor to Valery first, by seniority, of course. Valery,
Sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
Will...
I'm sorry, Anton. You'll fire me, I guess, after that.
Valery will tell us about the Roadrunner news, what we need to pay attention to, and etc. Please start.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much, guys. And let's start the event. So, I'm pleased to announce Roadrunner versions 2.11.1 and 2, 3, and 4 releases in a row. So let's have a look at the 2.11.1. So in this release, the main feature of this release was an unescaped HTTP body. So that was a problem for the people who comes from experience like PHP FPM. They always may find an unescaped HTTP body in your environment variables, PHP environment variables. So Roadrunner parses all of the requests, but you can turn off this behavior and get unescaped raw HTTP body by specifying raw body true or false. False used by default. Next is 2.11.2. So this release was intended mainly for the bug fixes and a few new internal features. For example, we introduced an internal finite state machine to pass between workers' states. In the previous implementation, it was like direct setting for the state. For example, if worker needs to be destroyed or restart it, or it has an invalid situation, which it comes like for example, out of memory or execution timeout was reached. Now all of the states controlled by the internal finite state machine, and it's very stable at the moment. Also, one of the features is parallel execution of the Roadrunner reset. So Roadrunner reset now is able to parallel reset of the workers. So all workers now resets in parallel. So if you use, for example, 200 workers, all of them will be resetted in parallel. We also fixes a few bugs in the Roadrunner. So first of them is RBS EMDS version 2 support, because it's obvious, but it's very hard to detect if you are actually in the Amazon environment. For example, inside EC2 virtual machine. So previously we used an well-known URL to detect this. This feature doesn't work for the EMDS version 2. So we fix this, and starting for the release number 2.11.2, you'll be able to run inside these virtual machines. Also, we fixed the temporal TLS bug, which can lead to the panic in the Golang application, and better nuts error handling, which now properly recognizes and nuts errors and properly handles them. Next are two releases. They are 2.11.3 and 0.4. Recently, we've added an temporal search attribute support. You may read this in the release notes and temporal documentation. We put the links inside the release. You're also able to send an gRPC error proto, which should be base 64 encoded, and Roadrunner is able to decode this payload. So what is error proto? So basically, this is standard Google's API, which can inside the gRPC say, for example, I have an error, please do not restart the worker. I need just to specify to the user that I got some issue inside, because if we will restart worker on every error, so it will be very costly for the runtime, for example, because this is a process and Roadrunner intended to be a long-living application. So we were constantly trying to provide for the PHP workers as much time for living as we can. And also we fixed an error when for the environment variable substitution, when, for example, you used an array inside the, for example, server plugin, and now you may able to use an environment variables for the every array key and value. And also, let me just switch to the screen. And also we are proud to announce that now we have a sponsorship in the Roadrunner. So if you would like to support us, it actually doesn't matter. It would be $1 or 100. It doesn't matter. We appreciate any help or support from you. Also GitHub stars as well. That would help us to hire, more developers and work on your issues as well. So that's it for my side. Dmitry.
Thanks, Valery, for your presentation. You are the presenter since birth. Then it's time for Pavel to speak about the great events in Spiral Framework world. Please have the floor, Pavel.
Okay, hello guys. Framework news. I'm Pavel. Let's begin. As usual, our PHP team has worked hard last month, and at last we released Spiral Framework 3.0. In this episode, we will quickly take a look at new things that were added, and at new packages that were released. The first thing that I wanted to mention is about improvements. Spiral framework now requires PHP 8.1 or greater, and at last we raised the Psalm level up to 4, and it was hard, but we did it. I want to pay attention that there were a lot of things that we removed from the code base, and now you have to use Spiral Cycle Bridge if you need integration with the Cycle ecosystem, and Spiral Roadrunner Bridge package if you need an integration with the Roadrunner application server. And a couple of words about documentation. Be sure we spent many hours improving it. And it's not ideal, but there is nothing ideal in our world, and we will continue improving it, of course. Okay, what about new features? Most of them we announced in the previous episode of Spiral News, and you may watch it to get more information. And now I will just remind a couple of them. First of all, it's a new PSR 14 compatible event dispatcher. It doesn't have an implementation out of the box, but we created a bridge package, Spiral Packages Leak event, that you can use for event dispatching or use any PSR 14 compatible package, of course. Spiral framework also doesn't have a default validator out of the box, and you can use any validator in your application you want. For example, Laravel or Symfony, and of course Spiral validator. And you can use also the validator with the filters company that we also upgraded. And a couple of words about tokenizer. We created tokenizer listeners, and now tokenizer can iterate all classes from defined directories during bootloading only once, and you can subscribe your listener to listen to classes and process them inside the listener without custom calls of classes like locator only once during bootloading. Next, all the packages in our ecosystem have support for the new version of Spiral framework, of course, and on the slide you can see the list of the packages that have support. What next? Also, we are working on integration with open telemetry services to help developers analyze their software's performance and behavior. On the slide, you can see a trace of an HTTP request that was sent from the Roadrunner server and then received by the first microservice block. And then the blocked microservice requested authors from the second microservice users. Pretty soon you will have the ability to trace any request in your application, like on the screen, or even better. You can use New Relic, Datadog, Zipkin, or any service that support OpenTelemetry protocol. The Spiral framework will have the ability to trace HTTP requests, gRPC requests, jobs, database queries, and also temporal workflows and activities. Next, we released the new version of Spiral Testing 2.0, and now it can help you with testing event dispatcher, events, and listeners. What next? The last thing I wanted to mention, we always think about our community and provide all the necessary packages for you. There is a list of the new packages that we developed for the third release. Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
That's
Pavel.
all.
Thanks, Pavel. As always, an excellent presentation from your side. A lot of fun, as always. Probably Pavel should have become a designer, but he's doing well with the Spiral framework, as we can see.
I mean, presentation was amazing. Thank you, Pavel.
Yeah. Okay, Anton is next in line and is in a hurry to tell us about a couple of news about the team's plans in general. Anton, please, your turn.
Yeah, hi guys. So from the ecosystem, we're now on a verge when we're going to try to actually push out the product to the masses. So that's probably going to be the biggest news which we are trying to focus right now. We believe that we built a very interesting and fairly powerful instrument. Roadrunner is amazing, and people use it across the world in different applications. And we work closely to complete on all the perfection of the integration layer, which is Spiral framework. Tracing metrics and the stuff required to build complex applications, and valuable for the teams. So one of the directions which we want to take our ecosystem, and we will glad to get your feedback, is improvements on the onboarding processes, improvements on the documentation side, and what is generally missing for the people to kind of get used to the new technology like this. We will try to put our own efforts to the direction, but again, if you have any recommendations or any suggestions, feel free to contact us or write on Discord. So in general, I think that's main point for the community update, Dimitri.
Yeah, thanks, Anton. It looks like we said everything we wanted today. Some beautiful hi and hello and beautiful smiles in the chat. Yeah, thanks, guys, for
I
your
turned on
attention.
music very silently, but I'm experimenting with this.
So thank you very much, guys, for participating. I hope we will gather in the same lineup next time on the 8th part of Spiral Ecosystem News, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
See you guys.
Yeah. Have a nice day. Bye.
See you.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
Song.